Hey guys, welcome to the Men's Forum.
Your guide to being a better man.
Here we talk about everything to do with dealing with the nuances of life as a man.
This is your safe space to find solutions to any challenge you could be facing as a man.
We're your hosts Rajveer and Shaleen, and today we're talking about fitness and going to the gym, which is something that I started doing about 2 years ago, and I've become very, very, very strict with it like this year, thanks to my best friend over here, Shaleen.
I'm happy to help with those a little knowledge that I gained out of my fitness journey. But yeah, I've seen changes. You're doing well. Yeah, I'm seeing
Look at his biceps.
Yeah, you're doing well. No, good stuff. I mean, I've not hit the gym in 3 months. Sadly, because I know you understand with the floods and everything, I didn't have my car around,
And you injured your knee.
No, so my knee issue was different. I had an accident with my knee, and also we had a close friend's wedding, which we were quite busy for a month. So yeah, I think we're going back. I think my wife and I are going back from next week, hopefully. I hope if my gym is watching this, feel free to sponsor.
They should actually.
Yeah.
I mean, it would just be like, go to this gym.
Yeah.
Have you always been into fitness and going to the gym, or is it also something that you kind of started later on in your life?
So I started going to the gym in 2013. That is when I didn't know jack. I just paid for the gym and I'd just watch people do. If some guy's doing the curls, I'd pick up the barbell and do curls. I see some guy doing hamstrings, I'd just do hams. So it was funny. And then I started, came across this site called bodybuilding.com and started learning a lot of things from different, athletes who've done a lot of transformations, good gym trainers. I was about, I think, close to 110. I was 100 kilos plus. Whoa. When I left school, and I was literally very, very fat. And I think that I think I had mentioned it earlier. I had my own mental health issues and stuff, and fitness was a way out. And yeah, I lost 40 kilos. If you want to put up a photo, I'll show you my before and after.
Wow, in a span of how long?
So this was a span of about 3 years. I was very mindful of how I was losing my weight. I didn't want to do crash diets and, do those GM diets where you lose 8 kilos in a week. I mean, I tried all of that, but it's not sustainable in the long term. And I learned that to really transform, and both ways, losing weight, adding weight, food, your diet is very key. You have to practice discipline, commitment, and not slip away. People pay to £50 a month till today in some of this websites and these trainers where they promised to lose 30 kilos in 3 months and 4 months. All that is not self-sustainable, You have to be mindful on what you eat. Simple. Eat shit, look like shit, right? Sadly, I've had many injuries. I've fucked my back up. I've tore my quad. I used to do powerlifting. My goal was to be big, 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 big. But now I go and train in a very neutral way. I can say that I don't push myself to my maximum limits. I follow a program. I think I shared that with you.
And the great thing that you usually tell me is we're not competitors. So there's no need to train, unless you're a competitor. There's no need to train like that. Set your goals and give yourself time to achieve those goals. Don't pressure yourself, but it is important to put in the work you need to hit those goals.
Yeah.
So for me, crazy story, I didn't start the gym until 2022. I have always been that kid in school where, when there's like 2 captains for a sport.
You'd be pick class.
Actually, I'd be that kid who the captains would be like, no, you take him. No, you take him. So that kind of sadly set up my beliefs that I'm not that great at sports, no matter how much I would try. And we've already established that, whatever you believe, it becomes your reality. So I just never got good at sports. And then the other belief was if you lift while you're young, you don't increase in height. Have you ever heard that?
That's just bullshit.
Yeah, so that's something that stuck with me for such a long time. So up until my high school life, where all my friends were like, yeah, like lift, bro, and I'm just like, it's not something that I'm interested in. I'm just like interested in studying and passing my exams and that kind of stuff. But when I joined the gym in 22, I I realized that this is more than just, looking good. It's so much about feeling good as well. You go to the gym, and when you have all these worries, all of a sudden all these worries disappear. And then when you're done with the session, you feel like a god. I remember 2021, I started growing fat, and, being someone who's posting shirtless pictures on Instagram is adventurous thing. You can see my little belly, and I'm so embarrassed to like kind of admit this, but I would take the liquefy tool on Photoshop and kind of like push my belly in.
Okay, can you do that for all the videos with me?
So then, yeah, 2022, I started seeing the benefits of not only feeling, I was fighting, mental health issues. I was fighting a little bit of depression. So I was motivated to go to the gym so I could mentally feel good. And then I saw the physical benefits of it. My tummy started to cut, and then people are like, whoa, you're looking, a lot leaner. Your chest looks good. Your arms look good. That feels really nice to hear from people.
Yeah, of course. And when people see change and they tell you about it, you get motivated.
Yeah, motivated to do more. A lot of people online talk about, because they want to sell programs. They'll be like, oh, lose fat in 3 weeks, or become muscular in a month. That's far from the truth. It's unsustainable, because just if that is possible to lose all that weight or make all those muscles, if you slack for a week after that, all of it disappears, and you get back everything that you kind of lost.
There are 12-week programs that are really good. So I remember I'd mentioned Chris Gethin. He's someone that I really followed, and he has the understanding of body anatomy, right?
Yeah,
and
anatomy.
He has done a lot of blood tests, and he's understood what workouts work best for like all general human beings. And sometimes it's important to follow a program, and not just because they put it there, but from professionals who've studied. They've done case studies starting with themselves. They put themselves as an example first, and then they show the results. And yeah, it's important to follow a program, because again, we're not professionals, right? When you follow a program, at least it's a guide for every single day when you step into a gym.
I understand what you mean by program, but what a lot of these guys kind of position them as is, let's say someone hasn't hit the gym ever in their life, okay? They have a lot of weight, and they want to lose that weight. So when they read 12-week program, in their minds it's like, okay, so I just have to go to the gym for 12 weeks. Whereas we understand now, that going to the gym is something that you have to do like every day forever to maintain whatever it is. When you, of course, you do the program, I'm always doing new programs. There's one that you suggested to me. That's the shortcut to size, right?
Jim Stopani.
Yeah. It's a 4-phase. It is also a 12-week program.
It's a 12-week program.
And it's helping me to achieve certain goals in my gym practice right now, which is, I want to have, more muscle and just be a little bit more buff and not have this nice tummy. But then after that,
it's stop drinking beer.
Dude, I don't drink beer. Stop. I don't. You guys offer it to me. I'm just like, nope. Anyways, so I understand in my mind that after this 12-week program is over, I can either start that program again, right, to just get a better physique, or I can maintain. But I must go to the gym to maintain, which is where that sustainability comes in. There's nothing like, that, you're just going to lose weight in 12 weeks and then you're done. It doesn't kind of work that way, right?
Yeah, for sure. I agree with what you've said. It all comes down to a routine, being disciplined towards your routine. And the moment you stick to it, you will definitely maintain your physique and improve.
So someone wants to start going to the gym, okay? They're fat and they want to, achieve maybe what my body looks like. Actually, let's go to what your body looks like.
No,
okay?
fat.
No, I mean, but you're lean. So what you are actually right now is you're someone who was very fat, and you're going to the gym to tone, and you're in your journey. So you saying like, oh, I'm fat, I don't know, it's
Yeah, I
kind of
mean,
like a disconnect.
yeah, but I've seen myself at my best, right? This is
Okay.
when
Oh, dude,
I,
you at
I
your
was,
best. Woo.
yeah, my
Shit,
best was
bro.
different.
Yeah. Okay,
My
go on.
best was different.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, life changes and things happen. But yeah,
So what would you say to that person? What do they need to do step by step to start on their journey? And what do they need to first of all, what do they need to understand before they even start the journey?
so the moment they step into the gym, um, just don't go to the weights in the start. I think probably work on your cardio because your cardio is linked to your stamina. Okay,
Okay.
that's step
That's
number
so
one.
much of the opposite of what
Yeah,
I've done.
yeah. I mean, it's because of lack of guidance, right?
Mhm.
So if you can afford a personal trainer, uh, again, my gym offers trainers for free, and which is nice. But again, if you can afford one, get a personal trainer. So what they do is they build your endurance and your stamina and your strength, which is the most important thing. Then they push you to do compounding exercises mixed with cardio. Then after that, you're entering strength training, and then balancing it off with cardio, but not as much cardio. Probably doing some boxing as cardio, or
Could you
probably
could you explain each of that? What is cardio? What is strength training?
so. Cardio is basically anything that pushes your heart rate to go up.
Exercises
So
that
running,
take your
sprinting, doing burpees, doing probably uh, kickboxing, doing Muay Thai. All those are somewhat cardio exercises that push your heart rate up. And then strength training is now when it comes to weightlifting and all that. So it depends how you're doing all your workouts. Strength training could be maybe you have a motive of climbing Mount Kenya. You want to build your endurance. You want to make sure your heart is beating well.
That's
Your
cardio,
lungs are clear.
no
Yeah,
strength.
yeah.
Cardio. Mhm.
And then strength training is just more becoming stronger and stronger. And you can do this by, you'll see guys playing with kettlebells, you'll see guys playing with ropes, CrossFit, deadlifts, compound exercises, building all your rotational functions. So it
What's a
depends.
compound exercise?
So compound exercise would be like bench press.
Mhm.
So bench press, you're working on your thighs, your chest,
Okay, so multiple
your
muscles at a
Yeah.
go. Mhm.
So even deadlifts, I mean, deadlifts work on your back. They work at your back, your hamstrings to some extent. They, hit your glutes. So yeah, you have to. Depends. What's your goal?
What's your goal?
Yeah. What's your goal?
So
To
the
look.
most important thing is set a goal. If you say I want to lose weight, there's certain steps that you need to take in the gym to lose weight. If you say that I want to be muscular, there's certain steps that you
Yeah.
need to follow in the gym to look muscular.
So just not the gym. I mean, then your food intake changes, right? If you're trying to lose
Oh yeah,
weight,
that comes in.
yeah,
That
you're
comes in
going on
with
a
fitness.
calorie. You're going to go on a calorie deficit.
That's if you want to lose weight.
Yeah, and if you're going for more mass, you're probably going to be higher intake on protein to build muscle. You're going to do the 2-1-1, so 2 protein, 1 carb, 1 fat. And if you're probably trying to lose fat, you might decide to do probably the ketogenic diet where you're only having protein and fat. You remove carbs just to
Do you believe in that? Do you believe in diets? Because I don't.
I
Any type of those
I eat
diets.
clean. I think
Yeah.
eating clean is important. I don't weigh my food necessarily. I think I want to. I wish I had the time.
No,
to,
not in that
but
sense.
it's important. I personally feel it's important to have a diet.
Okay.
This is where now the 12-week programs and all this literally show you results because you're measuring each and everything that you're doing from your supplementation to the food that you're eating. So that is when you gain results. As I told you, if you're trying to lose fat, let's say right now you want to shred, you would go on a calorie deficit of probably 1200 to 1400 calories a day.
Well, you see, that's where I'm getting at, right? When people say diet, there are very many diets out there, but from what I've seen in my journey, has been either a calorie deficit or a calorie surplus. And depending on your goals, you can eat whatever you want to eat as long as if your goal is to lose weight, which in the gym we call it cutting, right? You have to be at a calorie deficit. If you want to bulk, which is gain weight, you have to be at a calorie surplus. A lot of people think, if I want a diet, that means I'm not going to have to eat for like weeks. But you can eat a lot as long as it matches the calorie goals that you're going for.
Yeah, of course.
So calorie surplus and calorie deficit, just to make it clear for everyone out there, you have your calories that are burnt on a day-to-day basis when you're not doing anything. These are called maintenance calories. Then when you exercise, you increase your maintenance calories, right? Because you're burning more when you build muscle, you're burning more when you do cardio. Then you have your intake calories, which is everything that you eat. If you eat less and you exercise more, you put yourself in a calorie deficit. And of course, vice versa. The other thing that comes along with that is looking at carbohydrates. What are carbohydrates? Those are sugars, right? Now, in terms of long-term diseases and all that stuff, if you're consuming a lot of sugars, that creates spikes, and it could lead to stuff like insulin resistance.
Spikes, yeah.
So they say that have your 2-1-1, which is have more protein, have one carb and one fat in terms of ratio. A lot of people out there, when they hear the word fats and oils, they get scared. Again, because of this whole
fats. Yeah,
there's healthy fats, there's healthy oils, and again, that comes down to that term dieting. I'm on a diet. So that's why I say I don't believe in it. When you understand that I'm here, my goal is to lose weight, and I'm going to eat 2-1-1 protein, fiber, and healthy fats and oils, then at that point it makes sense to now weigh each meal to see how many calories are in each of everything that you're eating. That's called calorie counting, right? Once you follow that, then you hit your goals. So it's not a diet. Or is that what you define as diet?
I think a diet is just a structure of knowing what foods you're eating.
Okay.
And knowing the impact that it would make in your journey of fitness. Because I can probably have a soda, a Coca-Cola, which could be probably 600 calories or 500 calories, for example. I'm just doing it off my head. And at the same time, if I had a cup of boiled beans with some rice on the side and some curry to go with it, probably that would match 500 to 600 calories.
So now this example where you're saying, you drink a soda and you're not mindful of it, you've just taken in 600 calories.
Yeah.
Now at that point, you have two choices. You either don't eat another meal or you go and work even harder at the gym. So
but
it's
even
your
that
choice.
is not healthy, right? You have to, when you have a certain idea of what you want to look like, you would not drink all these
No, of course
things.
not.
Yeah, you're not going to have drinks with sugar. You're not going to have junk food. Cheese, again, even the idea of people thinking that cheese is unhealthy, butter is unhealthy. Actually, cheese and butter are healthy.
Yeah.
Just depends how you use it.
How you use them.
But yes, a pizza base is unhealtty. The
even
flour.
that it depends.
If you're
eating from
wheat-based pizza, that's fine. That's a healthy option.
If you're eating, so it's like two things. If you're eating a pizza from a junk food restaurant, I don't want to name restaurants, so we'll get sued over here. But if you're eating a junk food pizza, of course that one's going to be a horrible base. But if you eat a proper authentic Italian pizza, that's now a good ones.
I disagree. I disagree because again, it's flour. Flour is very fattening. White flour is very fattening generally.
But as long as you're in your calorie range, if you've measured your calorie range.
We need to learn to differentiate that it's just not your calorie count, but also what you're eating. It has to be healthy, clean. Have your greens, have your pulses, have the good starches. Instead of a potato, have a sweet potato. It's more healthier. Instead of white rice, have brown rice. These are things that I've learned. And also, just to add on, I'm sure that we have a lot of viewers who are vegetarian or eggitarian. So I'm a eggitarian. So my only source of protein right now is my eggs. And I can't have a lot of soya because soya increases estrogen, which is, the opposite of testosterone. And I can have it in a moderate amount over the week, which is fine. I mean, I can have paneer tofu, but then apart from that, I supplement. I take about 2 scoops of protein after my workout.
Protein powder.
Yeah, a protein shake. So I've got a hyper anabolic, which helps me. It's got creatine in it, gives me good lean mass. Also, I take BCAAs, which is for those who eat meat. They achieve the level of branched chain amino acids. So I take BCAAs because I don't get it from vegetables and eggs as much. I take a pre-workout because I wake up at 5. I'm at the gym by 5, so I'm up at 4 in the morning and I sleep at around 9:10. So I'm not achieving a lot of sleep. By the way, sleep is key.
Sleep is
Key to
At least
recovery.
8 hours.
Yeah. And yeah, of course, multivitamin, super important. The two things we've discussed earlier, ashwagandha and shilajit, very good for men. It strengthens my immune system. I've not been having ashwagandha for a month. And recently, I mean, I'm still down with the cough and the flu. Ashwagandha has helped me with my immune system because I used to fall sick very, very often. Like I'd catch a bug easily. So those two.
You skipped over water. You need to drink a lot of
Oh
water.
yeah, water is key. Like at least 4 liters of water. So I have a bottle that's 2.5 liters. So I make sure I try finish that at work. And during my workout, my pre-workouts, everything adds up to 1.5 liters. So I hit my 4 liter mark. And then fat burning agents, I use CLA. CLA is good for people like me who've been a bit big and who put on weight easily. At night, sometimes when I find it hard to sleep, I take ZMA. I think it's zinc, magnesium, and vitamin A. So yeah, it really helps me out with my sleep and my recovery.
I am not as strict with my diet. I just remember that I need to keep a calorie deficit, because one of the things is this is a journey that I want to sustain. And when you want to sustain something, you know, that thing of cutting off the things that you love just doesn't make sense to me. So
I think you and I are going to disagree.
You're going to
on so
disagree?
many
That's
levels.
totally
No, I
fine.
understand. No, but you can have a cheat diet. You know, that's allowed. Yeah.
Yeah, because even at my gym, there's a huge writing. It's written, workout, have a burger to stay sane. You know, and then there's another one that it says, I work out a lot because I really, really like ice cream. So, I mean,
Okay, yeah, no, that's understandable. I mean, have a cheat meal.
yeah.
once in a
And
while,
there was
yeah.
one of my trainers that I spoke to. He's really buff and he's a competitor. He says, you know, again, it really depends on your goals. He's like, right now, I have so much muscle that my maintenance calories are so high. So if I want to have like a burger almost, you know, every third day or whatever, which is not definitely not what I'm going to do. He's like, I can, because my muscle just burn it all up.
Yeah.
You know, okay.
They train on a different capacity.
Yeah.
You know, they're in the gym.
But
doing
it's
6
just
hours
it's just to understand that, you know, if you have different goals, different things work for you. Fine, you can disagree, but for me, in my journey right now, I'm not extremely strict on what I'm eating. I do count my calories and I make sure I'm either at the same level of my maintenance or I'm cutting. One thing that I've started practicing recently is the way I eat my foods. So in the morning, you know, first thing you wake up, your body is in a fasted state. I don't hit myself with a sugar, because one thing you want to avoid in your life is insulin spikes. That's what creates insulin resistance in your body, which is one of the worst things that can happen to you. So how do you do that? When you wake up in the morning and you're having your breakfast, you start off with a fiber, then you go to your protein, then you eat your carbohydrate last. That way, the insulin kind of has a gradual rise and a gradual fall in your body. So if you're eating 3 times a day, you just make sure you're eating 3 times a day. You're not like, you know, consistently snacking in between. Or if you want to snack in between, you're not snacking on carbs, because that's what causes the insulin spikes.
Or you can have something smart, like probably not a very sugary fruit, like probably an avocado.
Because that has a lot more fiber and healthy fats. Yes.
So you have to be smart about what you're snacking on as well, or probably have like walnuts or dry fruits that have
because they're not
oils.
carbs.
Yeah.
They're not carbs. They're not going to spike your insulin. So you can snack on those things. Just the very important concept out of all of this is think of carbs as you need to put foods that will defend yourself from that carb, which these foods are healthy fats, fibers, and proteins. So that's something that I am very strict with in my diet. Then when it comes to the gym, it's very simple. Same like you, bro. I wish I could go every day. But that leads me to sustainability. You don't need to go to the gym every day, but if you're hitting your target of 4 to 5 times a week, where 2 times you have your cardio days, just so that you're strengthening your heart, because your heart's what's running your life, and you're building strength for the other 3 days or 4 days. 2 days cardio, 3 days strength training.
In terms of my gym routine, so we try 4 days a week minimum. Sometimes I hit 5, which is nice, but I always want to do 6, but I've not achieved that in a very long time. And yeah, I split my workouts. I mean, it's important to split your workout into push. The best way to explain it is just do push-pull legs. So they call it PPL.
So just to clarify, push is every muscle that you use to push away from your body.
Yeah, so chest, triceps, shoulders, and then pull is back by, and then legs. Have you considered doing intermittent fasting?
I've heard of the benefits of intermittent fasting, and my brother keeps telling me about it all the time. Wait, actually, 2 of my brothers tell me about it all the time. There's one who just keeps going on and on about it.
I know he's going to watch this and he's going to remember us.
Yeah.
But probably right now,
we love you, man.
He's in Bali right now. Probably just having all
Intermittent
the hiccups.
fasting
Yeah.
there.
But so I did intermittent fasting and I shed off 13 kilos in a very short span of time. But again, it's not sustainable. I don't know. People may agree with him and not, because the moment I started eating, going back to 3 meals, started putting on more weight. It was weird.
Yeah, because you probably... So this is what I say. When you do things like for a very short period of time. So let's say you intermittent. How long did you do it for?
I think about 2 months.
Okay, so 2 months you lost 13 kilos.
Yeah.
So there's this concept of, if in 2 months you lost that fast, if you drop the ball, it will come back just as quick. So if you slowly got into intermittent fasting, okay, and you spent 6 months on it and you lost the same 13 kilos over the course of 6 months, then if you drop the ball for 6 months, you'll still be safe. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I should have gradually gotten into it and probably gradually fallen out of it.
Yes.
And I think
that's
I
what
would
makes
have
it
been
sustainable.
Yeah. So it would have been more. I think I would have maintained better. But I think again, we all love food. You need to fuel your body, and I do about 10 to 20,000 to 25,000 steps at work every day.
Yeah. Again,
So,
the love for food.
Yeah.
When you say the love for food, that's a reason why I don't think I would explore intermittent fasting. It is a very, very, people talk about even the mental health benefits of it, but I think just my love for food. Like, think about it, when we go out and it's like, I don't know, 10 in the night, you feel like having a pizza, man. You're just like, get that pizza.
Stop lying to people that you go home at 10 at night. You go home at 4 in the morning and you're the pizza place that's open 24 hours. But no, I get you. We always want to indulge because, our brains are happier when we're eating, all this shit.
Yeah.
Again, we're not professionals. The only person you're competing is with yourself. And it's nice to look good,
Yeah.
You see yourself in the mirror, and whoever's going to the gym, have a good program, have a good trainer.
And don't be scared. Don't be scared to start the gym. The gym, it's something, there's a lot of people like me out there who initially may be very scared of joining it. And, you may think, I have to give up all these things to hit the gym and become fit. You don't have to. It's something that you can slowly get into. My dad, and I think this is a very important story for, the elderly out there. My dad was very scared of going to the gym because he thought that going to the gym is lifting heavy. And I'm like, no, it's not about that. It's about getting your body moving. So here's my dad. He wakes up every single morning. This is before he started the gym. And his back would just, because he had a slip disc issue, so his back would just fall. And he's someone in my life I respect a lot. But then when I would see him every morning, like this, and especially someone who's learning about masculinity and just being this man figure, looking at my dad like that in this position of weakness, my kind of respect was just dropping. And not that I wanted my respect for him to drop. It was just like subconsciously happening. So I was aware of this and I didn't want that to happen. So I told him, Dad, you need to join the gym. I'm going to take you through a small program. You don't need to give up anything in terms of like he loves food just as much as I do. I feel like that's why I love food.
Parote.
No, we don't do pronte, man. We're like the least Punjabis that you'll ever find. So I told him, you don't have to give up anything, and I'm gonna start you off very light. I just need your body to start moving, and the moment we can strengthen your muscles, this back situation is completely going to disappear. So he gave me that chance, and he came to the gym. I got him on all these machines, the same PPL, and he was at 0, just moving his muscles. So over a period of 1 month, he comes back to me. He's like, first of all, I'm able to sleep really well. Secondly, my pains have reduced so much. I'm in disbelief. And, so then he has started enjoying going to the gym because of those benefits. And like there was this morning, he went to the gym without me. So he's like, I'm going to the gym morning and evening now. So I'm like, okay, that's great.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
Even mentally at his age,
He's
it's so
68.
important. Yeah.
So he comes home in the morning. I work from home. So he comes home after the gym and he's standing macho like this. And I'm like, that is my dad.
Yeah, so he's going to have bigger biceps than you if you keep slacking.
People compliment him at the gym and stuff. So yeah, if you guys are thinking of joining the gym, it's not a huge sacrifice. Just slowly get into it. And then as you're slowly getting into it, then you can say, okay, I worked way too hard today to eat a burger. And at that point, now you'll just be like, okay, I'd rather eat I don't know.
Just be consistent.
A green salad. Yeah.
Come to us. We'll guide you. We won't ask for money or anything. We'll guide you for what we know. The programs that we have, I've shared a few PDFs with you. We have a few diet plans here and there that we can throw in and out. And yeah, I think that's pretty much it for today.
So, as I always say, if you want the diet plans, if you want to know more, Shalene's profile is linked in our bio.
Oh man, it's crazy how my profile was private and now I have like 600 followers. Really trying to manage my life at this point.
And I'm just sending them all your way. I'm just So with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed and learned a lot from this podcast. If you have any questions, again, make sure to hit up Shalene's DMs. But that doesn't mean that you can't hit up mine. Like I'm down to help you out with any questions you may have. With that, we'll see you guys in the next podcast.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Peace.